Yep, I was saying that earlier. Everything moved. Yep, I was going through it like the best one, Euro USD. Did change of character, did the BOS, did a pull back into the 50%, did a pull back into the 50, like all the confirmation was there. Lower time frame, the moves as well. My bad, I'm back. Um, lower time frame move, it did change of character, small change of character, small BOS, and a pullback entry would have been here somewhere. Straight into TP for the day. This would have been the entry. Entry and exit at 30 pips. But yeah, literally everything that we spoke about in the morning and even in the live session, everything moved. Yeah, but it's all good. See USD CUD. Not break on, or not bad on the 5 minute even. Failed to break the high here in the 5 minutes, showing like a fake. Well, not even a fake, but it is showing like a change of character. But then it pulled back into the 800. Then here in the 1 minute, um, change of character, BOS retest. Let's see. I want to see a clean break before I enter. Either I want to see a clean break, I want to see the one of the first two. Either a clean break, right, or the retest of the zone. This is good though, right on the 800 EMA. This could be the move up though. Well, let's see. I like this entry point here too, a little bit more aggressive. It's the green candle without the bottom wick. They're faking a lot of people out though. I don't like that they I don't like that they didn't break the high though, too. Kinda, I don't know. See, like for me, this is too gambly for me. For me, this is too much of that 50% trader bullshit. It's just not there, yo. It's really not. Yo, it's doing what it has to do, right? When we look at the at structure, it's doing what it has to do. But the fact that overall structure, just 30-minute structure, right? We still haven't reached the bottom zone, right? That's one thing. Right? Not even looking at the fib retracement, just looking at just the zones itself. The fact that we broke above the 4, but we're still in the daily. We're trapped in between the middle of the zone is not where it wants. Is not where I would want price to be. But let's see. Price is still holding higher highs and higher lows. I just gotta see now just structure to change. I want to see a small change of character in the internal 1 minute structure. But for example, even for me again, like this, we have a nice change of character. Break of structure isn't that good though. Testing, 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 testing. This red candle went above, but stayed below the red on the top of the wick and decided to go back down. So That BOS is not clear at all. Nothing is clear on this chart, to be honest with you. Like, it's kind of just. That's why I have it off. It's like, it is what it is. If it moves, it moves. But middle of the zone, top of the daily zone, like, it's all good. I'm not in a rush to trade. It's all good. Chilla. Damn, yo, what chart was I looking at before that? I'm gonna keep it on. Let me let me lock in on these ones real quick so I can see what I'm missing for the day. Um, so AU, I wanted to check ADR. Number one, only missing 5 pips. Previous 3 days, middle of the zone, still missing this wick to cover, this gap to cover. 800 EMA, did a nice pullback. Damn, EuroCAD also moved. Crazy. Same thing as the other one. Did a change of character, BOS. The retest I'm looking for is the simple 50 EMA to 50% 38.2 retracement. Straight into TP. 37 pips. Damn, bro. Everything fucking moved. Um, US 30, we're seeing this nice change of character. Seeing if it would change. If it would do a break. Faked everybody else. Same thing as yesterday. Remember what happened yesterday? I faked everybody out thinking that at one point this was going to be a clean BOS. A lot of people got in here going short. And then straight green candles to the top side. So plus it's 4 now. I'm not really looking to get into US 30 at this point. Unless we get something clean, but something clean for me, I would want to see price go back up to our 30-minute zone. Or, we'll get a first change of character or something. USD CAD, let's go back to it. So well, not even our point of interest, right? Well, would have been a BOS, right? Got disrespected. So yeah, that entry for me was just not, it's not valid. Plus, again, just the fact that we're in the daily zone already, then we're in the middle of the 30-minute zones. We still failed to break the previous high. Like, I'm not chasing that trade. You know what I mean? It's all good. Get in on the next one. Gold is still in the same spot as yesterday. Pretty much the same. It did the exact same thing as yesterday. Right? Went back down, tested the 4-hour zone, failed to break below, closed above, higher high, higher low in the internal structure. Now let's go to internal structure. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, BOS, retest to continue going up. See, I'm not in this trade. But this would be the target. This would be the 6.2. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens here. I entered in a smaller position up here before that shit went up. That bottom entry would have been a lot better though if I would have entered there. Would have seen this a little bit earlier, but alright, hold on. What are we missing? So turn this off. So gold. US 30 we'll look at it during NYC. And AU, I'm still expecting price to push up. I do like this pullback, right? And then the start of the day, kind of explain this one. So we have 3 days of rise, right? Today I'm expecting either price to drop or a no net. The fact that we already made this low, granted we're still in an overall downtrend, but before we clear that full downtrend, right, to make that new low, I'm still expecting price to cover this 30-minute gap, right? And I would like to see price reach the 4-hour zone at the top before we go down and fake all of these people going short, if that makes sense, right? Because we just had a 4-hour break, right? And I'll say there's a 4-hour break because we made that new low. We had candle closures below, right? Compared to the others, that was just wicks, right? So even though it wasn't a break, it was just like a test of the low, but it did make a new low from the zone, right? People are now expecting price to continue pushing down, right? To not break the previous high. But the overall zone we're still trading is from this low to this high. So I think price, instead of following structures, making lower lows and lower highs, making it easy for everybody, right? They'll probably try to fake everybody out thinking this is going to be higher highs and higher lows, right? And we'll see something like this, right? What I think this would make sense on AU, right? So I'm gonna keep AU like that. We'll keep it like that here in the 1-hour time frame. And gold, let's keep an eye on it. What days does a COD come out? 10 days. On the 10th. Oh man. So yeah, there's really no trades left for me to be honest with y'all, to be like completely honest. Everything hit STP for the day, everything hit ADR, everything moved the way it was supposed to. Um are there pairs left? Yeah, there's still gold, right? Like gold is still, only thing I don't like is where gold is at. Right? It's the only thing I don't like where it's at. But wouldn't be too bad of a trade. Break it down. Fuck it. We'll look at this in the 5 minutes. So in the 5 minute chart we had hmm, technically speaking, even in the 5 minute, this wouldn't be the low. Because we'd be trading between this low and this high. Right? So then this low broke and now we're trading between this high and this low. Technically speaking. Right? So I'm gonna mark this two ways. Like, technically speaking, we're trading like this. Right? And we can see that in the 5 minute, we're still lower low, lower high, lower low, right? But then the internal structure, right, of that 5 minute going into the 1 minute is where we see that change of character. But this is where TP would have been already, so we're a little late on that, right? Because remember, we had this break, right? We had this break. What was the last green candle before the push down? It was this high. It was this lower high. Gotta go. The baby is sick with a fever. Damn, man. Taoying. No problem. I'll hit you up later. Right, so let's go back to the 5 minute, right? And let's mark this a little bit extra, right? So again, our 5 minute zone. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, this higher low broke, gave us this, break to the low, gave us this high, gave us this low. Right, so not only did we get a change of character with this little break here in that 5 minute internal structure, but now we got this little BOS here. Right, so after we got that BOS, right, what was the last green candle before the push down, right? I just want to see the previous lower high zone. So my TP, I wanted to be somewhere here, right? So then going into the 1 minute, now that we have our zone and our lows and all that, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, change of character, boom, BOS, retest. We continue going up. This is the entry, right? Somewhere in the engulfing candle would have been somewhere here in this low. Straight to TP when we see an engulfing red candle, and that engulfing red candle happened here. Right? If we zoom in, it was all green candles until we got into our zone. Once we got into our first TP zone, we saw the first engulfing red candle. Right? Obviously, we could have still held, as we can see in hindsight, but I like getting out, before we see another pullback, right? To secure what we had to secure. So we would have entered here somewhere, right? We could have entered lower, but the safest trade, right? The safest trade is here, straight into here with the first red candle engulfing right here. So 20 pips would have been secured here on gold. And then that's it. So now we want to continue looking at it, right? Since I think price is still gonna want to trend down for a little bit to cover these imbalances, to cover what these would be imbalances for people. This would be order blocks for people. This would be, the ICT fair value gap zone, right? Where an entry would be somewhere from here to here, right? But seeing that further, we still have two other engulfing green candles. So there's still a whole bunch of other places to fill before we could continue going up. Plus, another factor to kick in. We just had a 4-hour change of character and a small 4-hour BOS. I'm expecting price to give me a pullback now. Now, whether that pullback is gonna be, again, looking at this as every trader, right? We could say that this BOS pullback is just gonna be the bullish flag post pullback. Which, if that was the case, we're still respecting that rule, right? We're still respecting that flag post rule, which is again price is respecting the 38.2 and the 50% retracement. But the fact that we failed to break these highs and we continue to fail to break the highs now, and these lows are being pretty much are being held, right? If we're looking at just, let's look at this another way, right? Let's turn off the candlesticks and just look at the lines, right? Because I don't want to see the wicks, right? Even if we look at it this way, right? We can see, yeah, the 38.2 and the 50% retracement is being held, but at this point, we're still making lower lows and lower highs, right? If we would have held these lows, right, instead of making these lower lows, and now if we turn back the candle and we look, the fact that we closed below these previous lows, even though again we did fail to break below the 4-hour zone again, the retest of the 4-hour zone, we're still making those lows and we're failing to break these highs. So, and as you can see, we're in the 30-minute time frame now, and price failed to break even the high of the day again. So at this point, right, I'd be going back to my 1-minute time frame, and now in my 1-minute time frame, I'm looking for price to give me a change of character and a break of structure. So again, I'm just looking for price. We understand we're still in this higher high, higher low, higher high. This higher high was broken, gave us a higher low, right? So now we know that we're trading between this higher low and this higher high, right? Am I gonna use the wick? I mean, fuck it, why not, right? So let's see. That's literally all we're looking for. We're looking for a change of character, and then we're looking for BOS. Remember, this is what I'm looking for on AU. I'm looking for this structure to be made. Again, somebody take a screenshot and send it to your guru friends, same way we did yesterday. I know you a cat, but can your pussy do the dog? Let's go pound for pound. I'm a Europe. Call it, I had it imported. I know you a cat, but can your pussy do the dog?
Alright guys, so um we're gonna let these run. So that's the only entry we have. So I'm gonna start breaking just less pairs down, getting it closer to that time where not even close to that time. Everything already moved, right? So it's already about to be 5 in the morning. The only two pairs we have left that haven't done complete ADR and haven't done complete moves yet are pairs that we normally look at during NYC, which is gold and US 30. So I'm gonna keep gold down here. Like I said, we're gonna wait for this change of character to happen first. Right, once we get this change of character, once we get a break of structure after the change of character, then we'll get ready to start looking for entries. Right, and then US 30, at this point we're waiting to see what it wants to do. Right, the 800 EMA, we're close to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if price wants to just go up, test the 800 EMA, and then continue to go down. Right, that could be something we're looking at. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Right, looking at the complete structure move, this could be a nice pullback back into our discounted zone. Right, back up to what you were saying earlier. Right, in last night's class, I think it was. Um, the Donovan fib. Right, the 0.79, and if we just take it out, right, it'll be um, that's just not even the right fib. Hold on, this is the fib. Right, that 0.79. So looking at a pullback somewhere to happen somewhere here would be ideal. Um, Now the confirmation would just be this 30-minute zone at this point. Right now the first confirmation we had was, is price gonna break the high of the day? Right, just the high of today. Did it break the high of today? Yes. Right, the next zone, right, is the high of yesterday. Right, my first point of interest is always the body closure. But if we use the wick, as you can see, the closure already happened for the candle closure. The wicks, we still got 16 minutes, right? It's testing that high. So now if we test this high and we break above the 30-minute zone, then we understand, right? Like we're still playing between the 800 EMA and the top of the 30-minute zone. So right now the only one that looks like it's never mind, turned into an engulfing green candle in the 1 minute time frame. So yeah, it's looking like this might be the end of the stream for me, guys. I could go over the pairs again one by one, and I'll do that because I'm not gonna look at the charts anymore. So AU, CHF, Euro CAD, Euro USD, GJ, GU, um, USD CAD, gold, and Bitcoin. Right? I'm not gonna go over ZAR. I'm not gonna go over oil. All right, so we'll start with AU. So AU is moving good, right? So AU for today we weren't really looking to look for an entry, right? Why? Because we're in between two zones. We're in between the 30-minute zones. We had 3 days of counter rise, right? So today we were kind of looking for these shorts to happen, but we want to see a confirmation of shorts, right? We're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, equal low, lower high, boom, change of character, right? We never got a change of character and a break of structure. Right, if we would have gotten a change of character, lower high, break of structure, retest to continue, then we would have made, some type of noise going short, right? But then now they failed to break these, they failed to do that, right? They got to the 800 EMA and they started making internal higher highs and higher lows. Again, these entries were missed, right? These entries at these lows were missed to go high, to go short, or to go long, right? And then our TP was just going to be the start of the day. So our TP is going to be somewhere where price is at now. Our confirmation of our exit would be an engulfing red candle or a change of character, whatever comes first. And at this point, we're still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And at this point, we still had a green engulfing that made a new high. And we could say there's an equal high because it didn't really close above the wicks, but candle closure above made a higher high. Right, so AU is moving perfectly, right? It's doing exactly what it needs to do. Um, CHFJPY, another one, right? We had the bottom of our zone. Look how many times, even in the market open, right? In the market open, it tapped our zone 3 times, right? Gave us an engulfing candle. After the engulfing candle, there was news, I think at like 12 or 11 p.m. The news failed to break, closed above. Again, in the internal structure, we go down to the 1 minute time frame or even the 5 minute, right? We could have gotten anywhere here before the news hit, and it would have been valid. So CHFJPY is another one that moved where it needed to do. It did what it had to do. And it's still going where it needs to go. So EuroCAD, yep, EuroCAD was a continuation trade, and you'll see why. So we had the first change of character, then BOS, and then push one, push two, right? Looking for a pullback for push three, right? And we got the same thing, the entries we've been getting this week, right? Which is again the flag post 38.2 50% retracement, and we got that. It was perfect, right? Look how many exhaustion candles to the bottom side to then engulf to the top straight into TP. So EuroCAD is another one that moved super early and we missed the entry. Euro USD, same entry as EuroCAD, same exact entry as EuroCAD, right? Same exact entry. And it's crazy because Euro USD we missed trades in the last 3 days. Friday, Monday, and today. And it was the exact same entries every single day. Like it's crazy. So this is the same entry as EuroCAD, and as you can see, we missed the entry, and obviously it just skyrockets. But it happens, man. It is what it is. It's just that's how trading is sometimes. Um, GJ, same thing, right? We wanted to see price break below the 4 hour. The fact that we didn't do that, and we had a change of character, right? We just got that change of character happen today, right? But again, we failed to break the low, higher low. Internal structure, we continue to make higher highs, higher lows, and this is the same entry as EuroCAD. Or I'm sorry, as CHFJPY, right? Price broke above the range that it created for the day, came back, failed to break the low, closed above 1 minute time frame. Once we got that pullback and the break above, once we get a internal higher high, higher low, that's the entry to continue going up straight into TP. So GJ again is another one today that we completely missed. GU, same thing as Euro USD, right? The only difference with Euro USD or with GU is 800 EMA, but the take profit would have been the same, right? Entry would have been the exact same. Bullish flag post, 38.2 50% retracement. Again, I don't need to use the fib, but we'll use it here in the case for you guys. I see you guys can see exactly what I'm looking for. Right, I'm looking for a 38.2 or a 50% retracement. In this case, we got a 38.2. Right, not only in this case, but we're GU, we're looking for level 2 going up. What EMA are we looking for the entry? Right, so everything just lines up. That would have been the entry. Right, where would have been the entry? Would have just straight been on the 38.2. Literally straight on the 38.2. Take stop loss. I would have probably looked into a lower time frame, but would have most likely just been under this green candle down here, right? And straight into profit. So 10 pips stop loss to get 30. So 3 to 1. US 30 is what we're looking at now. But as you can see, US 30 already it threw a wick above the high, right? At this point, I don't really want to keep looking at US 30. But we'll see. If price closes above with a full candle closure, we're done looking at it. USD CAD failed to break the high of the day, right? So I don't trade counter, but this would have been a beautiful counter trend trade to look at. High, higher, low, higher, high, change of character, right? We can even go down to a lower time frame and see this, right? So high, low, high, right? So we're looking for this to break. Boom, we got the break. Small, high, another break, little wall that was created, right? That would have been the entry to continue going down. Right, and the same thing, another retest in the same zone, continue going down. So USD CAD was a no-go. Gold is we'll look at that now. Right, oh, that's the last one. And then Bitcoin, obviously. Looking for a BOS to happen below, didn't give us a BOS, failed to break the low, and instead is going up. So now we go down to lower time frame. Right, lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, high. Retest, continue going up maybe. Right, third week high on this one. Alright, and then US 30. Right, let's go back to explain US 30 real quick. Right, US 30 for me, we're looking for a third week low, right? We're looking for this 30-minute gap to be filled at the low, but price is still trending up. Now, is that something out of the ordinary? No, right? Market Mondays and Tuesdays could be used as a pullback, right? Especially looking at how price has been reacting the last 3 weeks. Price has just been trending down the entire time, right? So it's due for a nice pullback. And again, if we go into our 4-hour zone, right, this pullback that we're getting right now would be, what we would be looking for. Holy shit, that was difficult to say. Right, the last green candle before the push. I don't want to use any of these because they were part of the same trend. Right, so the last green candle before the push down was this one. So I'm expecting price to push into our first point of interest 4-hour zone, right, before we continue going down. And that would make sense. Again, 275 is STP. Let's just look at 275. Right, would be somewhere here. Right, but if we look at complete ADR, which is 417, right, we could go into this 4-hour zone. We could push into the 800 EMA today, make 2 days of rise, right, and then we still have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wouldn't it make sense for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to then make that continuation to continue going down for the week and make 3 days of short, 3 days of drop after making, the 3 days of rise that it could make, right? Or it could just make the 2 days of rise, which would be yesterday and today. It won't make a new high tomorrow. It could just fake everybody out and then continue to go down tomorrow, you know, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, or even today, right? The end of the session today, around 3-4 p.m., we could potentially start seeing price go down if price, trends up. Either way, we'll keep an eye on it. But it's definitely not one that I'm looking to trade right now, right? Again, as you can see, it broke the high of today, it broke the high of yesterday, and now it's breaking the high of our 30-minute zone. So 6 minutes into it, engulfing candles. So at this point, again, valid entry for today was a late entry on AU, and TP is about to be hit. So let me actually take a screenshot of this on TradingView. Give me 1 minute. And for me, for this one, was just a clean 15 pips was the target that I'm going for, and it would just hit. And again, why was I only looking for 15 pips? Because of where I caught the entry and where the exit is. Now, again, let's let's break this down. Well, the first thing, let me put where my entry was. So the entry was here. 3, 5, 4, 1. Exit was here. Exit was 15 pips. Now, why was it here? Right, so the first thing I'm looking at is the 30-minute time frame. Right, in the 30-minute time frame, we're looking at higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Previously, let's look at this first, right? Previously, we had 3 days of rise. So today, I'm not expecting price to give me another day of rise. But looking at the situation that we're in, again, knowing that we have a 30-minute gap at the top, understanding that overall we're in a downtrend pattern, right? Understanding how the market wants to manipulate traders, thinking that this is going to continue to go up, right? I could see how price is wanting to continue to make these highs, right? So after price continue to trend up, right, all I wanted to see was like, okay, thinking of the notion that today we're gonna get a no net, I want to see my TP just being where price the start of the day price, right? So now I'm going into the internal structure just so I could get a cleaner exit, right? Where did I get an engulfing red candle, right? Did this one engulf? No. Okay. Did this one engulf? Yes. We had a 1, 2, 3 engulfing red candle. The red candle was bigger than the first two green candles that pushed down. So my TP now, I understand that my zone that I want to get a TP in is here, which is again just the coverage of the 1, 2, 3 candle, right? So that's exactly where I put my TP at. 15 pips, fine with that. That's my that was my entry. I'm trying to see how I could stretch this into like a good screenshot. People could see like the change of character and BOS and everything. This is good. Right, so that's the AU breakdown, right? As to why I'm not holding that to 40 pips, right? Even though STP is 40 pips, even though 40 pips is the top of this 30-minute zone. Like, can price go into this 30-minute zone and then give us a change of character to continue going down? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Should that be where my target is? Absolutely, right? But I'm not gonna be chasing trades, right? Again, that's just the way I am. Now, again, why am I not going to be chasing that trade and why am I not going to play off that notion? Again, because I also understand that there's, again, the 30-minute gap that's up here, right? Understanding that price has to cover that gap, I'm not really going to be looking for any swing trades until we close that gap, right? I'm not going to be looking for a 40 pip day on AU until we close that gap. I'm not going to be looking for a 40 pip day on AU until price gives me a change of character and we start going short, right? These trades going long, I understand that I'm getting the pullbacks, right? So I also understand that there's going to be a possibility that one of these trades that we think is going to continue giving us 40 pips going long, it's only going to give us 20, 15, 10 pips, and then it's going to give us a reversal to continue going down, right? So right now I'm only going to be taking trades on pairs that I understand is going to give me what I need to see. AU, I took this trade because I understood what I wanted to see was gonna happen, which is price gonna go up because we still haven't filled the gap, right? We still haven't filled our 30-minute zone, right? There's a few things, but I'm also being smart in using the rules that I know. Again, I understand that 3 days of rise, I shouldn't be expecting the price today to finish on a rise. So right now, price could do two things. It could either stop and it could do a few things, right? And we'll break that down, right? The first thing it could do is do what it's doing right now, right? It's gonna continue to go up, right? Going to our 30-minute zone at the end of the day, towards the end of the session. This is where we're gonna start seeing price finish somewhere here in this zone. Why? Because a no net is gonna be when the price closes in the same place where price opened in that start of the session. So if price goes to the top, right, and then trends back down into just a no net, that's fine. It did what it had to do, right? It finished on a 3 days of rise, and on the fourth day, it finished on a no net, right? That's one thing that price could do. Another thing price could do is the same thing, but instead of finishing on a no net, it'll finish on a day of drop. It'll finish somewhere below this red candle, right? So that's the second thing that could happen. um the third thing that could happen is what's going on right now. Price is going to respect this internal, the internal high of where the no net is at, and then price is going to start trending down, and we're just going to finish on a day of drop, right? It's going to look something like this to go back into the low of this zone here. right? So there's a few things that price could do right now. And again, at this point, I'm trading whatever the market is giving me, right? Price is still higher, high, higher, low, 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 higher, high. We still haven't gotten an engulfing red candle, so you can still hold this trade. There's no doubt. If you're in this position, right? If you took the same trade I took and you're still in this trade, you could still hold, right? But you have to understand that if you want to be a successful trader, you have to be able to see the in and outs of the trade. You have to be able to see the internal structure. You have to be able to see the external structure. You have to be able to see where price is moving to and the reasons why. I hope that makes sense. So so yeah, man. So at this point, yeah, I'm done trading for the day. TP was hit already. Let me post this and before I leave. Alright, so yes, I just posted that in the Discord. Give me 3 minutes so I could. Now for gold, I'm still in the same spot, right? We had this break which gave us this low and this high, right? At this point, I don't want to use the entirety, but we are in the 1 minute time frame, so I will use it. This should only be like 40, 50 pips. It's 113 pips, 136 pips. Alright, so yeah, I'm not gonna use that entire zone. We'll use the top of that zone and the wick. I don't like that. I'll probably just use this one. That makes more sense. Right, so in the 5 minute we're trading between this high, right, and this low. Now is there another red candle to be focused on? Yes, the last red candle that made the push, which is this one. Did price reach it? Yes, here. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, boom. Change of character, internal structure. Right? Now, if we break above this high over here, we could expect price to continue to go up. Again, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, boom, change of character, higher high, waiting to see what price wants to do here. So now the internal structure of that internal structure, right? Because we're in the 1 minute, so we looked at the internal structure of the 1 minute time frame, right? So now at this point, I understand that okay, we had this low, this high, this higher low, boom, change of character that happened here. So we're trading between this low, right? Trading between this low and this high. And I'm gonna mark this 1 minute BOS so we're not confused. Well, we are gonna be confused because that's not the 1 minute. This is internal breaks. This is what this is. Like what's IB? I remember. Yeah, this is what I need to change. So this is the internal breaks that we're looking for. The question is, what we're gonna do. Alright, so if we break above this 1 minute break, and I'll change this again to green. Right, if we break above there, we could potentially look for price to continue to go up. Right, this is where we'll see price continue to go up. Right, to where? I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at our straight into our TP to the top side. So you guys are asking, oh, what are you doing here? What are you drawing? So now I'm just getting ready for what I want to see. I'm getting ready for what our positions will look like if we could get an entry. Right? Again, let's let's break down what we see today. Right? Again, I just breaking down what we see today. So first and foremost, again, lower low, lower high, lower low. I want to see price. I want to see what price is gonna do in this area. Right? Does price want to go up? Does it want to respect these highs? Right? Is it going to um we're gonna continue making the lower lows, lower highs, or right, or is price gonna continue giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher low, higher high, higher low, flag post, right? Bullish flag post pattern, right? Again, I don't have to, I don't have to, but we'll draw it out because I know some people will be skeptical. They'll be like, oh, what do you didn't even put the fib, you don't know that. Okay, man. And we want to see a 38.2 to 50% retracement, right? Bottom of the zone, top of the zone. Did we get it? Yes. 38.2 is this blue line, 50% is this green line. Right? We got it yesterday. We got it today. Right? So is the is the long entries still being played out? Yeah, they're still 100%. Right? This is still somebody who is looking at this, right? Like a trader who's looking at this right now is probably like, bro, this is the most beautiful entry we could have, right? But now looking at this in another point of view, right? The fact that price went back down, right, after yesterday's double bottom, right? After yesterday's double bottom, let me draw this with something else so it could stand out a little bit more. Right? After yesterday's double bottom and retest and it created this wall, we weren't expecting price to come right back down back down to the zone. We're expecting price to continue going up at this point, right? The fact that it continued to trend down and it went back down into our zone is showing me that price is starting to slow down, is getting weak, and it's not ready to go up yet. Right? It's not ready to go up anymore, I guess you could say. And now we're gonna get a pullback going down, which is long overdue. Right? Remember, keep in mind, gold has this 30-minute gap here at the bottom. Right? On TradingView, we won't be able to see it. On MT4 or MT5, if you go to those charts, and we'll pull it up. Right? You have a 30-minute gap down here. So there's no, for me, there's really, I want to see price start trending down now. I want to see price start going back down so we could get that pullback, to cover that gap. Go back down to our consolidation, and then start seeing price, continue to trend up. At this point, we've seen a 4-hour change of character. Right? Again, let's go back to the 4-hour. Right? At this point, we saw a 4-hour change of character. Right? We also saw a 4-hour BOS. So now, are we expecting price to come back down and cover that gap? Absolutely. Right? At this point, right where that gap is at, let's do something. So let's go down to the 4 hour time frame and let's hide all of this. And I have to start um, putting stuff into their folder again. So we had this 4 hour break gave us this 4 hour high and this 4 hour low. This 4 hour low was given to us because this 4 hour high broke, gave us a change of character, gave us this high, right? This pullback wasn't too big of a pullback, but it was a significant pullback, right? Higher high, higher low, boom, engulfing green candle, higher high, gave us a 4 hour BOS. Now we are trading between this 4 hour low, right? The last red candle before the push up. I'm not going to use the entire red candle because it's a pretty big, it's a pretty big wick. So I'll just use the body and the bottom of the white of the green candle, right, and the top of the 4 hour zone, which is up here. Now, would we be expecting such a drastic pullback if it wasn't for the gap? Absolutely not. But yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but when we're looking at how price is moving right now, right, we had a change of character, which then gave us, we have A B C turns into A B, right where we're at now, looking for C, and then it goes back down to A here, B up here. Hi Shadow, good morning. But please don't jump on me, it's too early for that, right? And we'll want to see uh 79 to 88.6 pullback, right? Will we be getting that? Yes. 78.6 to 88.6 pullback, and this green line down here is where that gap is at, right? So everything is lining up. Every single thing is lining up for us here on gold. The only thing we want to start looking for now is for price to start turning around, obviously. All right, so let me alright, so these are gonna stay here. What's this? Alright, this is all gonna be, let's go to the, alright, hold on. Ay, santo Domingo, Casicale. La clima, tanto la foto. Menos de ese todo, de ese todo. Menos de ese todo. Adesso ya, cuando lo escuché. Holy shit, qué rico tu chinga. Pillow talking. Shadow, please don't jump on me, man. Go lay down. the fuck is that? Remember? So one more time. I'm gonna go over all the other pairs, so we're all on the same page on what we're looking for and why we're looking for what we were looking for. So AU, as you can see, as soon as we got into that zone, started giving us a red candle. CHF just continued to go up. EuroCAD went into TP. Euro USD went straight to TP. GJ went straight to TP. GU went straight to TP. US 31 above our 30-minute zone. So let's fix this now. We had this low, which gave us this high, and this low. Now this break gave us this low, and whatever high is going to be made, we still don't know yet. We're still waiting for that. Right, the low stays the same. Last red candle. Right, it's going to be the lowest candle, which is a green candle. So I'm going to change this to just here. Right, so. And then our 30-minute high, we're still waiting to see what it wants to be. I got money in the top drawer. Match, baby, not poor. That's a great song. So, yeah, USD catch still chilling. Gold and Bitcoin, so. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, guys, I mean, I don't really have much else to do, much else to say. I guess we'll just chill in here till more people wake up and get on the action. Um, Again, slow day, nothing too crazy to trade today. Everything moved super early last night. So so yeah, AU was the catch for the day, 15 pips. Now waiting to see what gold wants to do, right? We still have a lot of time, guys. Right? Again, let's go over the 30-minute time frame on gold, right? Let's right? Again, the 4-hour zone that we broke out of. Right? At this point, we're still respecting the 4-hour zone, still making higher highs and higher lows. Right? Waiting to see what price wants to do. Right? The second thing I want to see is STP. Right? 170 is STP. We've done 86. Right? So STP for this going long would be all the way to the top of our 30-minute zone and our 4-hour zone. Now, would that make sense to continue going up? Again, absolutely. Right? I could see this continuing to go up today. Um, it would make sense, right? It's following all the rules. Um, so again, why would we be looking for shorts? And we'll go over that again. So the fact that we've already completed multiple weeks, right? Let's go to MT4 and let's break it down to MT4, going from the daily time frame going down. So let's also change. I didn't change my MT4. I just changed my trading view when it comes to the market makers pattern. Um, But you know what? Let's change this as well. Haven't done this in a minute. I haven't done this in a long time. Damn, what was it, color blue before? I think so. Right? If you know, you know. So at this point, right, when we're looking at it like this, we understand we're at the safety trade. We were at the safety trade, right? And because we were looking at this pretty much, I would say, going the wrong way at one point, thinking that this was a double top and we are going to continue going down, right? And this was going to be our first zone of consolidation above the 800 EMA to continue going down, right? Obviously, now we could see that this was the entire time because it failed to break this low and it continued to trend up. Now we could see, like, okay, hold on, maybe this was the first zone of consolidation on, right, on the 800 EMA. It's so close, such a big zone, right? That would make sense. So once we started looking at it this way, now we could say, okay, let's start breaking it down now in a lower time frame, right? We had 3 weeks of rise. The first week was the week of the gap. The second week was last week, right? The third week was last week, right? The gap week, the week after, and then last week was the third week. So this week, I'm expecting price to give me either no net, right, or for it to continue going down, and that's what we're now looking for. So now in the 30-minute time frame, what are we looking for? Well, the first thing we're looking for is for prices to turn around, right? Have we gotten that yet? No. Price is still making higher highs and higher lows. So until we don't see, pretty much a change of character. So now let's go back to trading view. Now that we know that, right? Now that we know where we're at, we're trapped in the middle of the zone. We're trapped in the middle of the range. At this point, we don't know where price wants to go, right? Because as far as we know, the market already completed what it needed to complete going long. It completed the third week, right? It got out of the safety trade, and we're right back at the top of the zone, right? We're right back at the top of the zone. So, what does that tell me? That indicates to me, like, hey, maybe this is where we want to start seeing price turn around, right? So what's our first indication of price wanting to turn around, right? Is rejections, right? Is price rejecting to make new highs at this point? Right? We have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low to where we're at now. Right? I hope that makes sense. So now let's go down to a lower time frame, right? Again, we're still wanting to see price go down. So again, what are we looking for? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? We had this break which gave us this high and this low. Yeah, let's keep breaking it down into fractions. So now that we know where our next high is at, right? Higher high, higher low. This break gave us this low, right? And this high. Right? We understand that we're trading now between this high and this low. And we want to see price break below. And if it breaks below, then we want to see a change of character and a BOS. And if it breaks above, we'll just continue seeing that price go up. But I'm not looking for price to go up today. So as soon as price breaks above the zone, if price breaks above the zone, then you know that, we're done trading for the day. So, 5:30 just hit, man. Um, this is another one where this is where I would want to start looking for entries on USDR. And again, if this goes long, then this tells me what I want to know for US30, which is US30 going short. You see what I mean? So this is just like higher high, higher low, higher high, low, high, low. So yeah, like in the 1 minute time frame, US30 would be where I wanted it to be at for an entry going short, right? USD is at a point right now for me to look for price to go up. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Periods. What you about to end your sentence at? Ask me if I could have treated you better, but no, not at all. All right, so you guys are probably asking like, oh, what are you looking for, or what are you looking at? So I'm taking a look at USDR. And here's my reasoning why. So let's break it down from top to bottom. So from top to bottom, daily zone, we're in V2, looking for level 3 going up, right? Again, would that equal up to the fact that the correlation between USD ZAR and US30 is complete opposite? Absolutely. If we're looking for ZAR to go up, US30 is going to go down, vice versa. So daily zone, we had this break that gave us this low, this high. This low broke, gave us this high, this low. We're still trading between that same daily high and daily low. Now in the 4 hour, we had this break, which gave us this low and this high. This high broke, which gave us this low and this high. Now why do we have this 4 hour low here? Because this 4 hour is the first 4 hour point of interest where it's where price has created a wall, rejected to break these lows multiple times. But we had this break, a real 4 hour low, right? So we're not confused. Not the real one, but the one that carries the most weight. It would be this one, but I'm gonna use this red candle here. This is the lowest one. It's the one, not the lowest one. The lowest one is obviously here, but from the last red candle before the push. So we can see where we're trading between this high and this low. And now let's see how price is reacting, right? Internal structure, the 4 hour, higher high, higher low, higher high. And we've been in this same range, right? For a little bit, for a while. So now let's go to the 30-minute, right? Now in the 30-minute, right? In the 30-minute, we can see where price started trending down. Right? At one point, we were here at the 4 hour. We started trending up, high, higher, low, higher, high, and then we started being in this range. We broke out of the range again, higher, high, higher, low, thinking that price was going to continue to go up, but then we started trending back down again. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price started creating a wall here again. Boom, 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 broke out of it. Gave us our first shed of light. Now again, price failed to break above, right, with candle closures. It was wicks. So do I want to count this as a change of character? Honestly, not really. But let's break it down a little bit more, right? The last red candle before the push down, it would be this one, right? As you can see, this one technically already got disrespected. So now let's look at, this is the first point of interest. Now let's look at the next point of interest. Is the lowest red candle between here and here. And we can see the lowest red candle is here, right? It's this entire, if we don't want to use an entire zone because this wick is pretty high, it's a pretty big wick, we want to use just the bodies of the candle, we could break it down a little bit more to here. I'm just going to be using the body of this candle, the body of this red candle right here, the lowest red, right? So now that we can see that, now we are going to go down to the 5-minute. Right? Is price still trending down? Yeah, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So go into the 1-minute now. Go to the 1 minute so we can break it down a little bit more. So lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So there's still no change of character. There's still no break of structure. There's still no, hey, price is gonna stop here. You know what I mean? We're still, at this point, we're still waiting. I also want to see does US dollar have a 4 hour. We have a week of drop last week, and month of no net last month, and then this month October looks like if we finish here, we'll finish on a month of drops. So let's go profit bottom of Europe. Cool color had it imported. Just got dessert. How can we keep it a buck if you ain't got no bucks. Can't rest it. We get on a date. You get put on a plate. Burger time. Let's get in the village. She got a lot that she needs. Try to hit me. Word. You make me wanna feel like a job. I know you a cat, but can your pussy do the dog? This is the boring part of the job, man. The waiting. But no, I'm done though, for real. I'm done trading for the day. We'll be back later today, guys. So, just reasons why is just honestly, this is too 6 in the morning, guys. Yeah, I'm not really gonna be looking at this till NYC. So if I see anything for NYC, I'll turn the stream on again. But it was a good 2-hour stream. It was a good catch. Caught AU today, but I know as you guys can see, we missed out on a lot of pips today. A lot of pips could have been made if you know, if price wouldn't have moved that early and it would have been done a little bit later in the day, then we would have caught something. But it's all good. We'll be back later tonight, back tomorrow morning. So catch you guys and either during NYC or during the isolation class tonight. Peace out.